This is the story of the Lost Greenbrier Mine. Some people have referred to this lost mine as the Lost Shults Mine because of a man named Perry Shults who supposedly had discovered this mine. Very little is known of this mine, and in fact some people say it is just a fabled story. However, as you will see, old Perry was known to have gold and silver coins in his possession and would always jingle these silver coins in his pockets. The story takes place deep in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. It is said that Perry Shults had left his home and went to the Carolinas because back in the early 1800s there was a pretty big gold rush. There were some very large gold nuggets that were found in that region that started that gold rush, and there were rumors that many people were striking it rich, so Perry decided to go and check it out for himself. However, once he got to where the goldfields and the mines were, he found out that the rush was long over and there was little to no land left to stake. In fact, Perry was several years late and had nowhere to go but return home. While he was in the Carolinas, he did meet some people who were still active in mining gold, and from these people he was able to learn what to look for and even learned how to process hard rock gold and silver. Once he got back home, he decided to look around at these different formations in the Smoky Mountains that these other miners had talked about. As it so happened, one day while out in the hills, deep in some underbrush, Perry found a small outcropping of quartz and gold. Not really sure if it was gold or not, he chipped a few chunks for samples and then headed back to his home. Once he was at home, he crushed the samples, and because he was a blacksmith by trade, he proceeded to smelt the gold out of the rock, wanting to make sure it was gold that he had. Sure enough, Perry had found real gold, and now the big problem became how to keep the mine's location a secret. Perry started going off to his mine out in the Smokies quite regularly, and word was starting to get out. Locals around the area were whispering rumors, and so every time Perry headed out, he would take a different route to get to his secret location. On different occasions he would take his wife and have her stand as a watchman, while he would head off into the bush alone. Even his wife never knew where this mine was located. After a while, Perry had a considerable amount of gold and silver, and not wanting people to know about it, he set about with the plan he had devised way earlier. While he was in the Carolinas, he had gone to Charlotte, and while there, he visited the new mint. While visiting the mint where they made gold and silver coins, he happened to steal a couple of coin punch plates. With these coin stamp plates, he was able to mint his own coins. It was a brilliant plan, and it almost worked. However, Perry didn't know that there was a formula for mixing the gold and silver like the U.S. Treasury coins. Perry's coins were too pure, and it wasn't very long before there were federal agents out looking for him. Perry supposedly threw the coin plates into a river and then fled out west. So is there really a lost mine out in the Smoky Mountains somewhere? It is proven fact that there is gold out in the Smoky Mountains, and miners have worked the creeks for many years. This lost mine could be almost anywhere out in those mountains. The other question was, if there was no mine, where did Perry get the coins from? After all, most people back then had very little money. Only the wealthy had silver coins in their pockets. Some people suggest that Perry had found a cache of coins that was stashed during the Civil War, but that couldn't be proven either. Then in the 1960s, a farmer who had bought the same land that Perry lived on over 150 years earlier was plowing a field and plowed up a clay pot filled with gold and silver coins valued at over $35,000. Were these some of the same coins that Perry minted? If not, where did these coins come from? No one really knows. And what about Perry Shults? Well, all we do know is that there is a gravestone in the local cemetery with his name, dated in 1889. As far as the Lost Greenbrier Mine though, only old Perry knows, and he ain't talking. I hope you enjoyed this short story about the Lost Greenbrier Mine. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you more old lost mine stories.